Good afternoon. Thank you all for being here. I'm now going to have our president, Dr. Jake King, come up and welcome everyone.
I want to welcome you all of you here today. It's so great to have you. We have some special guests in the house. We have City Marshal Calvin Cooks. Great to have you here. Sheriff Weber, Mayor Claymont, Ms. Allison, my wife, Ms. Vesta on the front row. We have Dean Michelle Theriault, and all of our guests, both inside and outside. It is an honor to have you here today. The Inside Out program is a testament that we are all each other's teachers, that we all learn from one another. It is also a testament to the reality that as humans, our natural inclination is to care for one another. I know I speak for Miss Allison when I say we are honored to be a part of today's ceremony and are so impressed by what Miss Kristen Kale has created here. So welcome all of you, and we are honored to be with you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Nichols Inside Out Program Ceremony for Class of 2025. My name is George. I'm proud to be part of this experience. I'd like to say thank you to Captain Major Davis, Chris, put this all together. Thank you, Sheriff Weber, for letting it all happen. Nichols State University Inside Out program is based on international Inside Out Business Training Model. This model was founded in 1995 by Laura Pompa, Justice Professor at Temple University. Inside Out courses have been taught at over 100 facilities in America as well as Australia, Brazil, Canada, Denmark, Germany, Mexico, Myanmar, New Zealand, Norway, United Kingdom. They're trained Inside Out instructors in 48 United States. However, we are proud to be part of the only Inside Out course in Louisiana. A little bit about the program. Nichols Inside Out program mission is to create opportunities for students both culturally and academically to engage in academic experience that fosters dialogue, leadership skills, and provide avenues of intersectionality. Vision is to facilitate ongoing learning that extends beyond the classroom and across profound social barriers, allowing students to approach societal issues in different ways. We hope to demonstrate some of the ways we have fulfilled that mission during the process of today's ceremony. Without further ado, I would like to introduce our facilitator, Ms. Kristen Kale.
Hello again. Albert Einstein once said, "Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think." That idea is the very heart of this course. The academic goal of this class is to broaden and deepen students' understanding of the criminal justice system, its origins, its current operations, and most importantly, the possibilities for its reform. And while I will be the first to admit that despite our many discussions, we have not arrived at a perfect or affordable solution to the complex issues we face, but I am confident in saying we are on the right path. When it comes to Inside Out, I'm very careful to always address myself as a facilitator, not a teacher. I do not lecture in this class. I merely facilitate conversations with this diverse group of intelligent individuals. But oftentimes when it comes to learning, the students want us as educators to tell them the answers. And we do that in academia. We change stories into statistics, and we want our students to think in the language of textbooks. Confined to the four walls of our classrooms, we sometimes lose the humanity, but Inside Out certainly breaks that mold. This class meets weekly at the Lafourche Parish Correctional Complex. Each week, the outside students check their keys and phones and go through security. They join their inside classmates in a circle, alternating seats, much like they're doing today. Inside and outside participants sit next to each other. For 3 uninterrupted hours, we engage in meaningful dialogue, free from distractions of technology. It's a lot to ask the college student to give up their cell phone and their computer. That alone creates a learning environment deeper than most I've seen in higher ed. Each student inside and out had the same readings and the equal amount of writings. For the inside students without control of their own schedules or computers, this was a huge undertaking. But what made their participation worth it was when we met together every class. Each person in the room had an equal voice. Although they had different areas of expertise, everyone had an equal stake in the learning process. Everyone's stories and opinions were valued, respected, and truly heard in that space. You could tell by reading their quotes earlier that this is a very special environment. At some point during the hustle and bustle planning of today, arranging, catering, jeans for everybody, setting up the backdrop, I momentarily lost sight of the most important part of Inside Out, to trust the process. Because when you create an environment like the one we've shared, where students bring respect, curiosity, and vulnerability to the table, it becomes nearly impossible to avoid life-changing experiences. Perhaps the acoustics in our final presentation won't be perfect, and maybe I haven't finished grading every paper, but I can say with certainty that every single student in this room has gained knowledge that goes beyond our syllabus or textbook objectives. The true value of Inside Out lies not only in the course content, but in the transformation that happens when students, both inside and out, begin to see themselves and each other in a new light. I can't tell you how rewarding it is when they start reframing how they see themselves. I'm so incredibly proud of this group, and I'm confident that through this process, every single one of these students has done more than just learn the facts. They've broken through barriers, physical and social. They have truly made an impact in their classmates. It's no secret that the United States of America has more people in prison than any other nation. 2.3 million people, with another 7 million on probation and parole. And Louisiana is our biggest incarcerator in the world.
That's right.
We have a mass incarceration problem. But thanks to innovative approaches and corrections like you see at our correctional facility, I am confident that will change. And that brings me to someone I must thank, Captain Carla Beck, Assistant Warden and Director of Programming. Captain Beck has been an incredible co-facilitator and a true champion for this program. Despite her many responsibilities, she has continued to make time out for Inside Out. We are deeply grateful for her leadership, her insight, and her commitment to making transformative education possible. Her presence makes a powerful difference, and this course would not be what it is. I also want to thank Sheriff Craig Weber for his progressive approach to corrections. His commitment to rehabilitation over punishment creates a meaningful opportunity for growth, education, and second chances. And thank you to everyone at the university who has helped me make it possible to bring Inside Out to Louisiana. We are the only one of its kind, as George said earlier. And my hope is that other universities across our state and region will follow our example. Thank you to our friends and family and community members for joining us today, whether in person or online. Your support means the world to our students. And finally, thank you to my students, inside and out, for teaching you more than you will ever know. I hope that the knowledge and insight you gain this semester will ripple outwards as you each go forward and make change in your communities. Now it's time to turn the spotlight where it truly belongs, on the students. They have poured their energy, thoughtfulness, and passion into their work this semester, and it's an honor to share a sample of that with you today. Please join me in welcoming our outside student class representative, Cade.
Hello, is this thing on? I've been waiting to do that because I love doing that in my class. But my name is Cade Chauvin, and I'm the inside representative. I hope everybody's doing wonderful today, and I'm so glad to see all of you guys at this closing ceremony for a class that I feel to be particularly exceptional. To preface this all, I think it's really important that I let you know just how much I wasn't expecting to love this class. When I took Inside Out last year, I didn't expect it to be within the correctional complex at all. I was thinking probably exactly, I just need another sociology credit and this class fits pretty well. I'm sure many of you can relate to that, the feeling of just taking a class for the sake of the credit. However, what I got out of Inside Out was truly something so much more. When I saw that we were headed to the correctional complex on the first day, I was stunned. It had been, admittedly, my first time checking the syllabus since the snow days. I couldn't attend classes because, there was snow outside in South Louisiana. That's amazing. When my eyes landed on the location of the class, I was suddenly terrified. I didn't know what to expect, in all honesty. I had much experience with the actual correctional facilities that we house in Louisiana, save for a quick glance when I drove by them on the way to home. I had watched shows like Beyond Scared Straight, which I'm sure many of you have, and had a pretty bad impression of the incarceration system as a whole. However, I now know that I shouldn't have been worried. I've definitely met some lifelong friends in this class, and I'm very proud of how far they've come through this semester. I've learned so much about not just the systems in Louisiana, but also those within the entire United States. And with that, I have to say, I think we can do better. Through the course of Inside Out, we made it a goal to discuss with these inside classmates everything that we could in the pursuit of bettering the system. We had class discussions, we did written and online assignments, and we even had scenarios that we acted out meticulously. In many of these activities, though, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was going on with the system as a whole. We talked about the older facility near the correctional complex, in addition to several other facilities throughout Louisiana, such as those in St. Tammany Parish. Angola also comes to mind, given its relevance. When hearing the inside classmates speak about their experience in these places, it gave me shivers. Sleeping sometimes with no beds, fighting for your life throughout the night just because somebody doesn't like you, lackluster food that you didn't even really want to stomach, were some of the big complaints. But the fact that these problems exist at all confuses me. While it is an extreme, some even called such a system the lock them up and throw away the key philosophy, modern slavery. It's refreshing to see the state move towards rehabilitation systems like those found in the LPCC, but I beg that this movement towards better treatment and greater chances of daily improvement in therapy continues for years to come. To sing the praises of our inside classmates on a better note, however, throughout the course, it was extremely easy to tell that all of the inside classmates were more than willing to put in the effort to succeed in not just this class, but also in their everyday effort to improve their situation and their lives. Speaking with them in the first ever activity we did, it became incredibly clear to me that these weren't the people that I had seen terrorizing little kids on Beyond Scared Straight. These were people, hardworking people, I might add, that wanted to turn their lives around and make the best of what they could. These were people with hobbies, goals, and dreams just like you and me. The only difference, however, was that they made a mistake. Maybe one, maybe a few. What matters, however, is they're working to atone for this and be better than ever. I also want to thank my outside classmates for your continued dedication to this class. Every single time we came to class, I knew that we would be finding a new thing to relate to both the inside and out students, draw a connection, and in a relatively awesome way. Each of you were more than willing to play your part when it came to the bottom line. Finally, to those listening that have the ability to permit such a request, all that I ask of you is to ensure that the Inside Out program continues to thrive. It is, I feel, a necessary system that has allowed me to link with wonderful people that were extremely willing to teach us about the shortcomings of rehabilitation and, by extension, prison systems around us. Thank you for having me, and enjoy the rest of the ceremony. With this in mind, I'd like to turn your attention to our inside speaker, Mr. Shaggy.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here today. How valuable time is. I'm truly honored to stand before you. My name is Larry Dunn. I spent over 20 years of my life thanking the justice system. Today, I'm going to speak from the heart on some consultants what's under the rug that desperately needs our attention. Let me start with something that you might find surprise you. Did you know that by the time a child reaches the 4th grade, they are already indicating who is more likely to end up in prison? And did you know that Louisiana has the highest incarceration rate in the entire country? These statistics aren't just numbers. They represent lives, families, futures cut short. But here's the truth we all need to face. The Inside Out program is more than just a course on crime and justice. It's a chance for transformation. It's a bridge between the incarcerated and those living outside, and an opportunity for both sides to come together in front of the realities of the justice system. And we seek a way forward. It's about humanizing one another through education, dialogue, and willingness to see each other as more than a society is based on us. For those of us on the inside, the program has given us a chance for self-reflection and personal. It's allowing us to engage with individuals we would not typically interact with. More important, it gives us soft skills that we take for our reintegration in society. More seamless for those of you on the outside. This isn't just an academic experience. This is your chance to challenge everything you know about crime, punishment, and justice. This is your chance to walk away with empathy, understanding, and a new vision of what it means to truly be just. Let's talk about some of the misconceptions that so many people hold. We've all heard it, right? We lock them up for one lesson. That's a lot. See, when we lock someone away, we don't just remove them from society or strip them of their humanity. We create anger, resentment, and often a lack of opportunity for rehabilitation. Many of us attend classes just for the benefit of getting a little time off our sentences. Many facilities don't even offer this programs. So how are we supposed to change when the system offers? And when we release, it doesn't end. We face mountains of obstacles, pay child support. The system keeps us down. Many of us, a sense of hopelessness, lead straight back to the life we're trying to escape. Reality is, with the new mandate that requires us to serve 85% of our sentences, we move to most good time and even less reason to participate in rehabilitation programs. This is why our class is hoping for something simple and powerful. More facilities with rehabilitation mindset, valuable incentives for everyone involved in programs, work classes inside. This will give us a chance not only to give, but meet our obligations like child support and prepare ourselves for life after release. Above all, it will give us hope that if we work hard, we truly change. Thank you for the opportunity to participate inside our program. It's a powerful tool to support community. Real prison reform and change in our society, one class at a time. I believe to be in every correctional facility ever. Thank you for listening. Thank you for caring. Let's work together to change this.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Wesley. Outside student. Before I do my task that I was given, I would like to extend my deepest thanks to the inside students who attended the opera. It truly touched our hearts. Your presence made both me feel incredibly honored and cherished. It was more than just an event. It was a beautiful reminder of connection, support, and shared humanity. I'm so grateful, and I pray that God continues to bless you. Your kindness meant the world to us and will stay with us all. To my task. Before we present our final class project, I would like to take a moment to share a bit about the process that brought us here. When we first started planning this presentation, we honestly weren't sure what direction to take. There were so many important messages we wanted to convey about mass incarceration, about humanity, about hope, and just as many different ideas on how to deliver them. That uncertainty felt a little overwhelming at times. We knew we had something powerful to share, but figuring out the best way to communicate that was its own challenge. After much discussion, our class ultimately agreed that the most meaningful thing we could do was to show our friends, families, and supporters the real impact of this class has had on us. We wanted to move beyond statistics or scripted lines and focus on something more genuine, something more personal. So instead of a traditional performance, we decided to present a series of interview-style questions and responses, featuring voices from both our inside and outside classmates. These are not rehearsed lines. These are real reflections, honest, vulnerable, and full of meaning. Our hope is that what you hear this evening will give you a glimpse into the depth of learning that happened in this classroom. Not just learning about the criminal justice system, the learning about people, real people, their experiences, their challenges, their growth, and their humanity. Thank you for being here to witness what this journey has meant to all of us. With that, we'd like to share our final project. Hello, everyone. My name is Wesley Williams. I'm a student at Nicholls State University, majoring in local music performance with a minor in sociology.
My name is Tyree Nichols. I'm a senior at Nicholls State University, majoring in local performance.
So my name is Kylie, graduating senior at Nichols.
Edward Hunter, junior here at Nicholls State.
Hello, I am Cade Chauvin. I'm here with the Inside Out class.
I'm Hayden Luke. I am a student at Nicholls State University. I'm Donald Williams. Currently Hi, my name is DC. I'm currently incarcerated, the fall of
And you are?
Kevin Vickner, go by Vic. Donald Williams. From right now I'm in LPCC from Cornerstone.
Larry Dunn, currently doing 7 years jail sentence in the Booth Express.
When you signed up for the Inside Out class, what did you expect?
When I signed up for the Inside Out class, I was approached by the facilitator, and she actually was like, "Well, you should come to jail." And I was just like, I should come to jail. What do you used to having classes in a traditional classroom, but this is a whole different setting. Very nervous. I didn't know what to expect coming here.
It's always like the thought of just like if or what will happen or what could happen.
I'm sure what to expect. I'm nervous and kind of like with a fear of the unknown. I wasn't sure how the guys that are incarcerated would like interact with people who weren't, so it kind of made me a little nervous.
Actually found myself to be a little nervous at first. Like whenever I walked into this classroom, it was unlike anything I'd met before, really. It was very unorthodox. Like I remember walking in the first day and I was like, I have no idea what I'm here to expect. You know, like I don't know if there were genuine, like, you know, people that we were going to be talking to that have been incarcerated for a while, or if it were just people that were familiar with the system. I thought it was a very welcoming experience, ironically enough, even though I was really nervous.
After your first Inside Out activity, did your feelings or thoughts change or so how?
They did, definitely. We went from being nervous and scared and having a fear of the unknown to understanding that people incarcerated are still just regular people who've made a mistake and there's nothing to be scared of. They're still kind, caring, and smart individuals.
Basically, we sat on the inside. The inside students traveled on the outside, and it was like a ball. And every time the ball turned, I think something like that, or it was a different question. Do you have children? A memory you won't forget. It was just different things. And
Wagon Wheel was a really good experience, although they are on the inside and we are on the outside. We all have similar experiences that make us all similar, kind of relax everybody's tension.
Absolutely. They changed immediately. I definitely have a much more positive experience because when we were doing the wagon wheel, it was like, oh, these are just like normal people. Like these are literally just dudes that, you know, they might have made a mistake or they might have done something that they regretted and they were here, you know?
How has your thoughts of incarceration changed over the process of taking the Inside Out course?
And after having talked to the people in this class a lot, and talking about just the whole process in general. I feel like our incarceration rates are very reflective of how little people actually tend to care. We could definitely improve that by being more fair with our due process and being more careful when it comes to talking about people that might have done something like.
I definitely have more of a passion for like rehabilitation and providing people with the same fair resources that anyone else on the free world has. They deserve the same opportunities as anyone else.
My thoughts on incarceration have definitely changed. It opened up like a sense of compassion because you do realize that they are in here because they made mistakes, but at the end of the day, they are human. From what is broadcasted on TV or shown to the public of what jail is, this facility has really shown me differently.
When you signed up for the Inside Out class, what did you expect?
I expected a whole bunch of writing and brain expansion and just all types of different topics. And I was mostly in there just to kill time, and I expected not too many people to really care or want to participate. I didn't know what to expect, honestly. It was strange at first because everybody was nervous in the media.
After your first inside out activity, the wagon wheel, did your thoughts or feelings change? If so, how?
I definitely see my thoughts change, seeing how much similar a lot of us are and the way we think. I mean, it did change because at first I really was kind of worried about how people were gonna look at me for jail and all that, but everybody really do the same thing, so it really ain't a difference besides our place of living right now. I'm still on the fence about how and what the class was about. The more that we progress through the semester, it's been some insightful observations to myself and other people around. So it opened me up to another avenue of thinking, broke me out of my not being involved in large groups. Because of programs we feel could be implemented that would better lead to successful reentry. Have like more access to possibly like halfway houses. Seriously think that they should have more classes and programs like Inside Out, all of this. Probation and parole, some class dealing with communicating better with them.
So you like a form of therapy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this trade. Yeah, that's a big one. It's been a pleasure.
You have a great day.
I will email a link to everyone, after this. But we're gonna go ahead and move forward now for the same time. All right, I'd like to, have the students come join us back on stage, please. All right, I'd like to now call our fearless leader, Sheriff Craig Weber, to the stage to share a few remarks, followed by any other elected official that would like to share.
I could say with a high level of confidence that any person who's ever been divorced, any person who's ever claimed bankruptcy, any individual who's ever found themselves homeless, and certainly anyone who's ever been incarcerated at some point in their life, they said and they believed that they would never be divorced. They would never claim bankruptcy. They would never be homeless. And they would never be incarcerated. But for the grace of God, sometimes for less.
That's right.
The Inside Out program is unique
in three ways, in my opinion. First and foremost, the structure and nature of the class. The very first speaker kind of illustrated that when he admitted he was looking for a sociology credit, never anticipated he'd find himself in a prison or a jail, especially in having former classmates or classmates who are incarcerated. Many of the people that were incarcerated doubted they would ever take a college course. And many of the students doubted they would ever be in a jail facility. In past classes, I can tell you that I have actually received telephone calls and had face-to-face interactions with parents of outside students who says, Sheriff Greg, is my daughter gonna be okay? Are they gonna be protected? What's gonna happen? And after that class, those same parents came to me and told me what an incredible experience the Inside Out program has been. It's unique in a second way. It's transformative education. I think all of us who have sought higher education certainly take classes hoping to get a good grade, hoping to get credit hours, and hoping to work towards a degree. But you get so much more than those three things with this class. And you've heard that expressed from both inside and outside students. They've transformed their life. It's going to be one of the classes that wherever life takes them, they're going to always reflect upon this as being a unique form of education that really affected them in a profound way. And it's also unique because this is the one class where the students occupy two roles. They occupy the role of student, but they also occupy the role of teacher.
Yes.
Because they teach as much as they learn, both sides. This could not occur and would not be possible without the partnership that we have with Nicholls State University. And I'm forever indebted and appreciate Dr. Clune and his staff for having the vision, but more importantly, the courage to move forward with this program and to continue to move forward with this program.
Yes.
I want to close by congratulating the students, both inside and out, for taking the bold step to participate in this class. Congratulations from the members of the Sheriff's Office in our community. I hope that you take what you have as a beginning and move forward in your respective lives and doing good for other people. God bless you.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for the opportunity, Kristen. My name is Mayor Kevin Clement. I am the mayor for the city of Thibodaux. Congratulations, students, inside and out. From my perspective, you're a sense of inspiration. Hard to believe a mayor saying that to incarcerated students. I appreciate the time, talent, and the patience that you guys have to go through this class. I think this class and this organization is just a testament of the leadership of Sheriff Weber and Dr. Clune and Kristen. Congratulations from the city of Thibodaux, all its residents and the city council. I look forward to good things. The challenge that I'm going to pose to you is now go put what you've learned into existence.
Yes.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Marshall Calvin Cooks, and first of all, I'd like to say thank you to Ms. Colleen and Dr. Clune, Nicholls State University, for the invitation to be here this afternoon. It's an honor and a pleasure. I didn't know much about the program, and I got the invitation, of course, the Marshall office. We get a lot of invitations to go to different events. Unfortunately, we can't make them all, so I had my secretary read up on it, and I realized that the sheriff's office was involved. And so Sheriff has been a good friend of mine for many, many years. And I knew we had to put this on the calendar to be here. I first met the sheriff in 1990. I was a young sheriff deputy. He was a young state trooper. worked in the Racing Alley Dog community. We became friends. We go to lunch every day. Later, I left and I went to Thibodeau Police Department in 1991. The sheriff left the state police and he ran for election. He became the sheriff. We stayed friends for many, many years. And over the course of the years, I became the captain, assistant chief of police, working in the administration for the city police department. So I worked closer with him than I didn't have before. And his vision was always about incarceration, rehabilitation, and education. That was his vision. He talked to me a lot about that. We talked on the phone a lot. And back then it was called a Lafourche Parish Detention Center, the old jail. The new jail, he talked about building a new jail at the Lafourche Parish Correctional Complex now. And one of the young men back here said he wanted to thank the sheriff for what he has done for them. Well, I know this was his vision. He talked to me about it before he built the new jail. That's what he wanted. And it's an honor to be here to support the Sheriff's Office, Nicholls State University for this program, because this is not the end of the road for you all. And I know what he has done for you. I know what the Lafourche Parish Sheriff Craig Weber has done for the Thibodeau City Marshal's Office. We don't have a lot of money. And without the partnership with him, we would be struggling. But because of him, we are now thriving. And I want to say thank you. And in closing, congratulations to all of you. I'm proud of y'all. I see some students that rode my school bus. When I drove school bus, I knew who you are. I'm not gonna call you out. But again, congratulations. And if you need me, I'm a phone call away. 985-637-0813. Thank you.
It is now time to recognize the individual participants with certificates of completion. I will now call them by their name or nickname that they selected for this class. As I call your name, please step down by the inside out banner and Ms. Kristen will present your certificate. Asia. Cade. Don. Duck. Everett. George. Hayden. Harvey. KC. Kylie. Larry, also known as Shaggy. Matt. Mike. Salam. Tyree. Trinity. Vic. Wesley. And Will. Congratulations to each and every one of you. I would now like to invite KC to come up for closing remarks.
I'd like to thank everybody who came out today to support us. It was first I started the class. It was very nerve-wracking. I didn't want to be judgmental, and I didn't want to be judgmental towards me or whatever. Through the course of the class, you know, we became a big old family as one. You know, that's my family right there. Oh, I'd like to thank Kristen and the whole staff for allowing us to have that. I'm not a man at much words, but that's it. That's it. If y'all would like to join us with refreshments, we have some refreshments in the lobby. Everybody have a blessed, safe trip.
That's